Hello, welcome to STH English. There's a reason why there's a retirement age for people. Because the assumption is that beyond a certain age, your faculties start to wilt. Your ability to process information declines and you somehow become delusional. It does not apply to really sharp minds who have spent their energies and expended themselves in very happy pursuits. But it does happen to people who essentially spend their life in pursuits that are less than happy and less than positive. The Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh happens to fall in the latter category. His latest statement has primarily been directed at provoking some response from Pakistan, but that's not the real reason. But primarily, I say, because he wants to create a diplomatic spat, or at least a verbal sparring, and he did get a response from the Pakistan Foreign Office, which condemned his statement and saying that this is provocative and dangerously revisionist. That's how the Pakistan Foreign Office termed this. And the statement also condemned this assessment by Mr. Rajnath, bordering on senility, as he is. The more he speaks, the more he proves the point that this essentially represents a Hindutva mindset. Now, what was the statement? The statement is depicted right in front of you. He's talking about creating an expansionist India, which will reabsorb the province of Sindh, which is now part of Pakistan. And he comes up with some strange, delusional story about how life used to be, and how the borders used to be, and how borders are not drawn in stone. They are like lines in sand, and the day is not far when India will be able to reabsorb Sindh. Now, this BJP slash the core of senile BJP leadership, their obsession with changing borders actually now becoming a bit of a madness and a disease. But if one were to take the argument that Rajnath has forwarded, that there was a time when such and such areas were part and parcel of the larger Indian subcontinent, and they were part of the Indian territorial makeup, and the fact that lots of Hindus used to live there, the argument can be developed further that, okay, if you want to go back in time and go back pre-partition and want to have borders designed according to some era in pre-partition days, then Pakistan probably will not have a problem with that. The reason Pakistan will not have a problem with that, because minus the 100 plus years of the British rule and thereabouts the same number of decades for the East India Company, you would enter into a very long period of the Mughal Empire. The Mughal Empire borders, frankly, will not be anything negative for Pakistan. If Pakistan were to go back to the Mughal era borders, India, as we know it, would cease to exist. And Muslims would be ruling the roost. And kings will be conquering lands, of course at a cost, but that's a separate debate altogether. And there will be large-scale conversions, which I don't personally support. But I'm saying that if you want to go back into history and change borders and revise the present with reference to the past can actually be very, very painful for people like Rajnath, because the past is going to mention the predominant role of the Muslims that ruled the roost for a very, very long time. And these were very painful times as per the textbooks that Rajnath teaches his children in India. And if you want to go further back, then of course India will be open to lots of invaders. They will be Ghori coming in. They will be Ghaznavi coming in. Then, of course, from Central Asia, there will be the Mongols coming in, and there will be the Uzbeks coming in, and there will be lots of people coming into India. So if you want to really play with borders and go back into history and somehow invent a mental time machine that, throws you back into time, and you will be able to land at a spot where borders match your Hindutva mindset, then frankly you would never land on your 2 feet. You would always be floating in the air because the borders were constantly changing. And in those 500 plus years that I referred to, or even previously, Indians and India as we know it would have a torrid time. So therefore, let's not go into history. Let's not use senility as an excuse to propound theories which sound fantastic, but which really are dangerous, as the Pakistan Foreign Office has rightly put it. But there's a purpose behind this projection of senility. The purpose, to me, immediately seems to be to essentially create distraction from the less than happy air show that India had in Dubai. It's a massive international embarrassment. It is a massive blow to the Indian claim of dominating the skies when you can't even make a maneuver and you can't even produce a pilot who is capable of ejecting at the right time, and you put up for a show an aircraft that has a whole history of malfunctioning and poor maneuverability in such shows. That only tells you how corrupt and moronic that system is, that tries to create a spectacle without having done the homework. You want to create a distraction from that, and you want to create a different kind of a headline. Remember, this is the age of headlines. So you create a different kind of a headline. You talk about reabsorbing Sindh. So you have embarrassment in the air, and you want to create a distraction on the ground. It's a classic. The other really is that there is now a new arrogance that is creeping in, that because we have won the elections in Bihar, which largely believed to be the handiwork of a lot of rigging and vote buying, therefore, now we are set to really do something spectacular. The spectacular can also be very stupid. Some of the most spectacular things have been the most stupid. And these remarks contain elements of both. They are spectacular in their stupidity. So the best really is to probably ignore what Rajnath is saying, but because there are 4 or 5 aging old senile men who seem to hold the possibilities of peace in this region in the palm of their crumbling, decrepit hands. Therefore, it is important to reflect on this. If you want to revise the borders, by all means, Pakistan should not have a problem with that, because the borders are going to be expanding towards you and away from Pakistan, and that is not going to be a happy situation. So if you can simply manage the existing borders, that will be a great achievement. But of course, you cannot expect this from people like Rajnath, who have really lost it.